Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Cantina Corner.
Ooh.
Hi.
Yo,
How you doing?
That reminded me of the CAMPFRSONG song.
Yep, it's exactly where I drew inspiration from. I'm really glad that you picked up on that. Hopefully, everybody else does watching this video. And if you're watching this video, you should like and subscribe to the channel.
Fucking do it.
Do it. Do it. Do it. And if you don't,
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, honestly, grab yourself and fuck yourself. Adam, how you doing today?
I am fantastic, sir.
Great. Nicholas, how you doing today?
I'm all right.
All right, let's go.
It's been an all right day. You know, nothing
Good.
too crazy.
Good. We're here to talk about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Trailer came out during the Super Bowl, and obviously people went crazy with it on social media. Everybody's breaking it down. We're not going to necessarily break it down, but we're just going to kind of give our thoughts, talk about what we're excited for, what we've seen in the trailer that we noticed, if we saw something on social media, tidbit, anything like that. And basically what we're looking forward to and if we're excited for this movie. So I'll start it off with Nicholas. Are you excited for this movie?
I am. I'm very excited. I know jack shit about Doctor
I could
Strange.
feel that excitement right out of that.
Yeah.
I could feel it.
So yeah, it's a nice subtle excitement. You know, I wait till the moment's right, and then that's when I pop. You know,
Car ran good.
Basically.
Car ran good.
I don't know what to do with my hands. You know, but yeah, no, I'm excited for it. I don't know. I know like jack shit about Doctor Strange. So I want to go back and I know I was just asking, but I think Adam said that he had one movie before this, so
Yeah.
and then he's just been in all the other movies and stuff here and there.
Yeah. So he does have his own movie. It's like an origin story, basically. You should probably watch it. I know you've kind of only seen like the Avengers movies and all that, and
Yeah.
Spider-Man to get ready for No Way Home. You're new to the Marvel Universe, which is great because I think you're gonna get a fucking brain aneurysm watching this movie because it seems like there's gonna be cameos left and right.
Dude, so like just so far, like all the movies I have watched, like I like them. I've enjoyed every single one of them. You granted too, like even Infinity War and End War were like they're about 3 hours long or whatever. Like
Yeah.
I like had no problem sitting through watching them. I enjoyed it start to finish. Like it was every one of them I've watched so far. And I still have a lot more to go. I've fully enjoyed like diving into this universe so far.
Yeah, Marvel does a great job of balancing action with serious parts with comedy. Like they time their comedy perfectly in most of these movies. So, Adam, are you excited for this movie?
I honestly am really fucking excited. I mean, the fact that you and me have been watching these movies since like as they've been released, you know, like we said, Nick caught up and everything, which lucky for him, he didn't have to wait in pain like we did.
Yeah.
That is one thing I do love is like, I was actually just telling Alyssa that the other day. I was like, it's so nice that I can just watch them. I don't have to wait like a year or two before they come out. It's so nice.
Yeah, so you got lucky with that, but I'm really looking forward to this movie because like I said, this is the first like step into the next direction. Obviously we got that with Spider-Man, but this one's going to be like full just off the rails, like completely off the rails.
Yeah.
And like I feel like what Nick said, this I will have no problem sitting through however long this movie is. The only thing is that I feel like this is going to have that, like, you're going to need that Matrix type of focus where you have to pay attention to every single thing. Otherwise, you're going to have to watch it so many times. And so that'll be interesting to see how much, like, you're just like, oh my God, like, I can't wrap my head around everything that's going on.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious to see how deep it goes.
Yeah, it's going to be deep. There's going to be a lot thrown in this movie. At least there's a lot thrown in the trailer. I mean, I've probably seen this trailer 20 times. I'm still probably missing stuff. I did watch New Rockstar's breakdown of it. He does fucking fantastic work. If you guys, New Rockstars on YouTube, the dude breaks down trailers like nobody in the business, like frame by frame, shows everything, what it could mean, the importance of it. He's fantastic. So shout out to him. But I'm pumped for this movie too. Here's an interesting question. You guys are both excited for this movie. No shocker, as am I.
Yeah.
Where do you put your excitement level for this movie compared to your excitement level for Spider-Man No Way Home?
Honestly, for myself, just because I don't know a lot and it's exciting, like there's a lot of excitement for me generated from not really knowing this universe. So like it's not the same level as Spider-Man was, but I'd say it's pretty close for me. Like it's just
Okay.
it's exciting, it's cool, it's something new. So
for me, I would say there's a lot more hype for this than Spider-Man. Not that Spider-Man is diminished in any way, shape, or form, because that movie was like a freaking masterpiece. But the way I would separate it is that Spider-Man obviously is great because that was an amazing Spider-Man. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, 3, 2, 1, I'm going to talk about it. There was multiple Spider-Mans in that. So we've got to see a little bit of multiverse, like a taste of that, especially with the villains and the heroes. And now this movie's just going to go, like I said earlier, off the rails. Like it's going to be so much that it's going to make like that movie, which the big hype part was the fact that there was multiple people, look like child's play. Not that it sucked, but like it's going to be on another level. And I think that's why this movie to me is like a bigger deal than what Spider-Man was as far as being excited for it.
Yeah. I kind of have a similar point like Adam. I think I am at this point more excited for Doctor Strange, but it is only because of how well done Spider-Man was. Spider-Man was kind of our first taste of mixing all these different movies and different eras together and it actually working. And which I don't think I'll ever have hype like that for a movie. Like I was actually legitimately like pumped up, stayed up till 3 a.m. to try to get tickets. I probably won't do that for Doctor Strange. I don't think the sites will crash. But just knowing how well Spider-Man was done makes me way more excited for this because there's going to be way more connections, obviously. We got Patrick Stewart, Professor X cameo in this trailer. They already gave us that, which tells me that ain't the biggest fucking thing we're getting in this movie because there's no way you reveal that in the trailer if that's your biggest cameo. Obviously the X-Men are coming over, Fox, Deadpool, all that. It's all coming over. So I'm interested to see how far they really stretch this. Like how much can you shove into this movie in one go?
I don't know because I've already seen some theory pictures before I even watched this trailer because I was trying to hold off until I knew what we were doing as far as this episode, which I obviously watched it a couple times before we did this. But I saw pictures where they were trying to say that, you know how it showed almost like Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel coming through?
Yeah.
People are saying that was Tony Stark when you froze it. Like you could see that that's him from another universe, which to me there's a possibility because, people are like, they're going to bring him back somehow. And I think if you're going to do it, this would be the time or the way to do it. But I wanted to ask you guys, do you think that's a possibility? Like what percentage do you think that would like really likely happen? Or is he done?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't have it, dude. I don't like Tony Stark. He's such a cuck, dude. I watched that Civil War and I'm like, oh fuck this.
He's
dude.
exactly what he should be, dude.
Listen, even though,
and I'll give him credit for that, but that doesn't mean I have to like him though.
I agree.
Listen, if you think about it, yes, he was like that in that movie. But if you look at every single movie of what happens to him, he's always willing to die to save the day. He's the one person willing to.
Like I said, I give him he played it well. He does his part. He plays his role. Doesn't mean I have to like him. So I don't care if he comes back or not.
I have seen those theories, and I've actually seen the theories of him being Supreme Iron Man, which is it's basically the universe where Tony Stark and the Ultron experiment actually works, and he is successful, and Ultron doesn't turn evil and all that shit, and like
like a fusion or something.
Yeah, like there's a clip in the trailer where Doctor Strange is arrested, and he's walking with what looks like Ultron, like cyborgs.
Yeah, it does.
So is that a possibility where Tony was successful in that and all those things work and are under his control and everything?
I thought it might have been another version of the Timekeepers. Like he was going like to time jail because he affected like the fabric of time and space.
That's what I was wondering as well.
Version of that.
No, it won't be.
Probably not. I just said that was my only guess.
Because I think all that has to do with the Illuminati, which is going to get confusing because there's obviously the Illuminati conspiracy theory within our real world. And then Marvel has its own Illuminati.
Oh, nice.
Which is what Professor X is the head of. He is the head of the Illuminati in the Marvel universe. The question is, which Illuminati is this? Because they kind of control what happens behind the scenes and everything. And is it the Illuminati that they lose themselves to all the power that they have? Or do they actually generally try to control what's going on for the betterment of humanity and their universes and everything?
Try and keep the peace and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, what rank is Patrick Stewart as a Freemason then?
I don't know. He's got to
Does he
be
have
pretty
that,
high
like,
up there.
Does he have that groin cloth thing that they all wear?
Yeah. So, and there's a lot of different characters. Iron Man's obviously on the board for the Illuminati. Doctor Strange is, I believe Doctor Strange is. Trying to think who else you guys know. Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards is on it. So we could get some Fantastic Four connections in this movie.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
Which Fantastic Four? Are we gonna get a new cast?
Who knows? I don't know.
I hope Michael Chiklis is there.
Michael Chiklis. We could get a mixture. Wouldn't it be funny if we did get Chris Evans back as a Human Torch? He's not Captain America anymore, but he's a Human Torch.
There was a lot of people that said that he would like slim down, and since he's done as Captain, that if they were to bring it back, it would make sense. You get Chris Evans, you get Jessica Alba, you'd get Michael Chiklis, which shout out to Kevin, he would lose his marbles if that happened. It wouldn't hear the end of it. So if you're listening, Kevin, I know you're probably already hoping for it. Man, I wouldn't go see the movie in theaters with him because he'd just be screaming about it the entire
It'd be hilarious.
And then God, I can't remember who plays the main guy, actor wise, because I've never seen.
I don't remember his name.
I don't remember the actor. Yeah, that is so long ago too.
Very forgettable.
Yeah, there's a lot of people want Jim from The Office to play him. Reed Richards.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Jim knows how to do dramatic and comedy. So I mean, or the guy who plays Jim.
What's his name? John
Krasinski.
Krasinski. Yeah. John
I
Krasinski.
said Jim like Jim from The Office.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, wait, what's his actual name?
Hey, look, Michael Scott. I can stretch my arms.
But who knows? I mean, I don't know what we're gonna get. It looks like there was 6 chairs when they were showing, Doctor Strange in front of like the Illuminati, who we think is Illuminati, and he talks to Patrick Stewart. He actually says, if you hear his one line in the thing is, "We should tell him the truth."
Yeah,
it's a big question. That can mean a lot of things. What do we think the truth is?
I mean, that's so open-ended, especially with the fact that this is the multiverse of madness and endless amounts of variables. I couldn't even guess. No, especially not knowing like deep into the lore of all this stuff. I wouldn't even be able to guess. It would be the dumbest answer if I even tried.
After all the stuff you did just explain, like the Illuminati and all that, I feel like that's what they're kind of would be alluding to. And maybe if they're not the exact Illuminati or maybe a different some organization or whatever, like maybe that's the truth they're talking about in that, when they're saying that.
Yeah.
They just tell them the truth about how things really are ran and how things go.
I kind of think that they're going to trigger him because Strange and Wanda have such a connection. Obviously, we know Wanda's going to be a huge player in this movie. She's all over the trailer.
Finally get her back.
Yeah, WandaVision. The commercials in WandaVision, I don't know if you guys know this yet. It was confirmed that all those commercials was Doctor Strange trying to communicate to Wanda while she was in there. So Strange does know what she was doing in there. And he was trying to connect with her, which is kind of interesting in a weird way to connect to her. And I'm wondering if maybe the truth is that they're the ones trying to hold back Wanda because they know they've seen it in another universe, what she can do, what she can become. And maybe the ones trying to keep her away from her kids and not have chaos ensue, but chaos is going to ensue.
So what is she like? She's a good guy, but was she like extremely, extremely powerful, but like really volatile? Like that could be a villain at any time or something like that? Like,
yeah, the biggest comparison you can make to her, like, cause she's stronger than anybody we've seen in any of these videos. Like literally she was going to think about Endgame. She was going to one-on-one Thanos. And Kevin Feige's even said it is Wanda Maximoff was going to kill Thanos until he had the ship just rain hell just to blow her away because he was getting his shit rocked by her. And she doesn't even have full control of her powers.
So he had to pull a Hail Mary and just think of the craziest thing he could do. Otherwise he was done.
She's like the trump card of the Avengers at that time.
Very powerful,
very powerful, very strong. Huge ceiling. So it's going to be interesting how they developed her. I mean, WandaVision, obviously we see her like just her sheer emotions and pain. I mean, I can almost acquaint it to like Anakin when he gives into the dark side. Like he just taps into that second level of power.
Yeah.
And she builds that whole universe just to calm herself down. And she's just very powerful. I mean, she's kind of like Jean Grey when she becomes a Phoenix. I don't know if you've ever seen any of those movies.
The original 3.
And
I've seen like the first 1 or 2 of the original X-Men.
Yeah, so Jean the whole time is being held back by Professor X, like put a block in her mind from stopping her to go to that next level. She finally does. She can't really control it when she goes there.
And she's got some animosity towards being held back.
Correct. So when we acquaint that to Wanda, we see her in WandaVision. She gets a hold of the Darkhold, which is all dark magic. And then at the very end of it, you know, she's somehow physically projecting herself into 2 different forms. One where she's sitting out drinking tea and she looks calm in the orchard. And then you go inside and the Scarlet Witch is literally reading the Darkhold and learning all this magic. It's the scary shit. So she's almost splitting herself up in 2. She already knows like this side's here and she's gonna give into it as long as she can be happy when she's Wanda.
And so she can't control it either. Basically, like
she'll lose her emotions.
Her.
Yeah, she'll lose her emotions and give into it, and just because she knows she can just handle her shit if she needs to.
Okay.
Yeah, she's kind of like the embodiment of what, you know, people always say, like, you got the angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other. Like, that's her, like, insides. Like, she's just completely split.
Yeah.
She's got to keep it separate.
Keep it separated. Keep them separated.
I'll call that, man. Actually, the orchard in that thing I wrote down here. And I actually picked this up from that new Rockstars guy's breakdown of the trailer. When he's talking to her and walking with her and you see all the white trees and stuff, and she's complaining, like Jean Grey's mad about being held back when she becomes a Phoenix. Mm-hmm. Wanda's bringing up, you know, you use your powers to manipulate the universe and everything, and you're claimed as a hero. I do it and I'm a villain. That doesn't seem very fair. But as they do that, they're walking in there, and then the next thing you know, they're in like this fucking red hellish area. She's in the Scarlet Witch outfit, and Doctor Strange is in the exact same outfit he's in when they're walking through the trees of the orchard. So it's like, are all that perfect little white trees and she's cutting the branches, is all that just a projection?
An illusion,
to hide what she really has become. It's interesting.
Yeah, because when she says that too, when she does like the head tilt and the eye look, it almost looks like she's crazy. Like, because you can tell, like when WandaVision in that show, which Nick, you didn't watch it, right? I remember you talked. Okay, well, you could tell when she kind of had that slip from like being like the happy-go-lucky Wanda, and you could see like her face change very subtly. That's that look she had. So I think that may be true. Like, because she looked like she was just like asking, but not really asking, almost like telling. Like, does that seem fair to you? Like, almost like snarky.
Yeah, and there's obviously with Strange communicating with her through the commercials, I'm almost wondering if maybe she knows like it was him, and she's like, you know, don't interfere with me, I don't interfere with you. And now she knows that, you know, with this Darkhold, that she's probably stronger than him, because what is it, Agatha tells her that the Scarlet Witch will become more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme, which is what we thought Strange was, but obviously Wong is. We learned that in No Way Home. Due to a technicality, which is why I think Wong's going to die. That's my prediction for this movie. Wong will die because Strange has to become the Sorcerer Supreme again.
I was going to ask at the end of all this, when we were done talking, who we think is like going to be like toast at the end of this movie, because it's going to be crazy.
I think it's the logical answer.
Why does he have to become the Sorcerer Supreme again?
Because that's what he is, man. It's Dr. fucking Strange, dude. Stephen Strange. He doesn't.
Well, I didn't know if we were gonna have like I didn't know if there's like a actual like Marvel story that like, you know, had to follow that he had to become that again, or if you had reasonings yourself. I mean, I'll take it that he's badass too, because I won't disagree. I mean, that's why I said like I'm excited for this.
There is reasons, but it's like childish reasons. Like in No Way Home, Strange has to ask permission to do the spell. You know, he can't just do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
So there are certain things, yeah, but he just has to. You can't have Doctor Strange and not have him be the Sorcerer Supreme. You really just can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can for a little bit and get away with it, but it's funny and cute during Spider-Man, but not during a Doctor Strange movie. He's going to end this movie back as a Sorcerer Supreme.
He's got to start as the Taco Supreme, then elevate to the Beef Supreme, and then he can become the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah, but we skipped Crunchwrap Supreme, dude. The best.
It's true. The Crunchwrap Supreme. Yeah, that's the assistant to the Sorcerer Supreme.
Which actually we do see a bunch of different Stranges in this trailer too. We should talk about. There's Defender Strange, the Strange that we've been following, a Strange that looks like a zombie towards the end of the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one
crazy.
with like a bunch of arms?
Yeah, what he does. I forget what that's called.
It's that god, that evil. Isn't it like a Hindu or Indian god that has like the Shiva, the multiple arms?
Yeah, but it's like it's called like the illusion of something, like the actual thing that he does. Is actually
I couldn't tell.
Something.
I couldn't tell. If
He does that
Doctor
in
Strange or not,
Infinity War. He does that when they're fighting Thanos. Like Strange does that himself, and he projects like a bunch of different versions of himself.
Yeah, okay, I remember now.
And it looks like this zombie version or whatever. It almost looks like a zombie version of Defender Strange, that we see in the beginning of the trailer. So that would be interesting.
Wasn't there one that looked like a mummy? Like it looked like it was all wrapped in I can't remember what. It was like it was a part of the trailer where it was like screaming.
That had American Chavez on. Like she was all wrapped up.
Yeah.
That's not Strange. That's I don't know what that is. There's a lot of people who thinks that's what the fuck was it? The Ribbons of Sidorak, which is Sidorak is like a really powerful fucking character. I don't even know that much about him. But literally, actually, in Infinity War 2, when Strange is fighting Thanos and he hits him with those red ribbons, he's summoning the power of Sidorak there in those ribbons to try to help fight Thanos.
Okay.
But that's how powerful Sidorak is, that people can literally summon his power. Like, he's a fucking strong motherfucker. I don't even know if that's actually him in there, because he'd fucking be, like, one-tapping people.
Well, it might be a different version of him.
But it could be, because Chavez does have that portal open up, which is what she does. She's the one who opens up those portals and can jolt through the different universes. Which they have, like, a Jurassic Park universe in there. I don't know if you guys caught that. The dinosaur universe, when they're, like, falling through the universes.
Shit, I'd have to, like, actually... I just like no.
You get lost watching these trailers.
I do.
You gotta watch them like 20 times, and you're like, all right, when they go through the portals, I'm gonna really pay attention here.
I do, because I've watched it. I think I said like 4 or 5 times today, and like I just every time I get caught up in it, I'm like, oh, I'm just excited. This is gonna be a sweet movie. Like
now I want to.
Like if I was more like knew more about this shit and all that, I'd definitely be picking it apart. But like I'm just so like, oh my god, this is gonna be awesome.
Now that you said that, I want to see Doctor Strange versus Dr. Alan Grant. That's what I want to see right now.
Dr. Alan Grant all day, dude.
Yep.
He's just riding a T-Rex in there.
Teach him about raptor claws, dude.
See, they are having the Jurassic Park movie come out. Do we think we're going to get a Doctor Strange cameo on that? We're going to get a multiverse like that?
That'd be insane.
That'd be hilarious. It is Disney, dude. It is Disney.
They should totally do a Jurassic Park multiverse movie. That would be fucking awesome.
That would be hilarious. I was trying to think. Oh, when they're going through those portals too, there's a very important part, which maybe we'll watch a trailer after this and I'll point it out to you guys. There's an animated portal that they go into. Like, it's literally, you can see everything's animated behind, and actually part of Strange that starts to go in it is actually animated. So this is where
the where his face gets all crazy like Hellraiser.
No. But
never mind.
Good call. That does happen. There's a theory going out, and I love this theory because we're getting Patrick Stewart. If we're not getting Patrick Stewart's like X-Men from those first few movies, there's only one X-Men thing that Disney's actually brought back. One. Do you guys know what it is? It's on Disney Plus right now. And they're going to be starting new episodes of it
Oh, that's right,
Next
the
year.
classic show.
Yep, X-Men '97, the animated series.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because when we talked
okay.
about that
Yes.
when we
Yeah,
were
that's
when we were
right.
going over when they did all their Disney releases.
Yes, could that be how they connect Professor X and all the X-Men into this universe? Is that
That'd
they
be dope.
pull them and then we get the, the comic accurate uniforms and everything. Like Wolverine has his costume. Could we get all that coming in to the MCU? Could Patrick Stewart have his chair, the golden chair, like in the animated series?
It'd be fucking sweet.
It'd be so sweet to see. It'd be really sweet to see.
If Hugh Jackman's in that OG costume, I'll shit
That's what
bricks.
we've always wanted, bro.
With
That'd be
the
so awesome.
big black wings and the white eyes.
Yes.
Oh,
that would be incredible. I think that's my favorite theory I've seen online that I really want to happen. I really would love that.
I'll tell you what, it'll promote the hell out of that show. Everyone would watch it, especially people
Absolutely.
who don't know those original outfits. They're like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing is, it could be what if. There seemed to be, when the one I was watching the guy break it down, a lot of connections from this movie to What If, which I never watched a lick of. I'm not a huge What If comic fan. I think it's kind of dumb.
Watch some. It was okay.
But Peggy Carter, her shield is on the poster, so she's obviously, we're gonna get a live action version of her in this movie.
That was the best What If episode that I saw, honestly.
Yeah. So I would assume we're getting her for sure. Maybe she's part of the Illuminati. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But I would assume since her shield, a part of her shield is on the poster, in like the broken glass poster, we're gonna see her at some point.
I'm telling you right now, if she comes in, because a lot of people were already like, the internet went kind of really weird when they showed her in the animated series, because she's like, super tall, super muscular, like beating up people, and like the internet was like, doing that whole thing, like, why is this attractive? And if she's in that movie, it's gonna be a big meme. It's gonna be all over the fucking place.
Yeah, probably.
Plus, it'd be badass because watching that episode, if that's true with what you're saying, after watching that episode, because that was my favorite one, it was really, really done well, and it was cool to see her just like beating the piss out of people the way they like showed it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
If they can capture that in person with the same actor, it would, and done right, it would be really, really well.
Yeah, it'd be nice for Carter to get some better recognition. I know they tried to make the Agent Carter show, which just didn't hit for people.
Yeah.
And her character's kind of a fucking throwaway in the Captain America movies. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind her being in there. Anything else you guys notice? I know I'm the one bringing up all this shit. So,
well,
any questions? Any questions you guys have? You saw it.
I did see what looked like a Minotaur.
A Minotaur.
Yeah, in one of the.
Watching the History Channel, dude.
Yeah, I think they had the ghost of Stonewall Jackson in there too. No, but I thought I saw a Minotaur in one of the scenes. It was like a top-down shot, and I didn't know what that was in reference to. I figured you might know because I saw that and I was like, oh shit.
I think that was at not the Sanctum, but like where Strange learned. What the fuck was that called? It looked like it was there. Like it was a bunch of sorcerers getting ready to fight. So I think that Minotaur is actually a sorcerer. That's what it looked like, at least from what I saw.
Half man, half beast. All magic.
You're talking about when it's like they're showing like the field of all the warriors and stuff, and that black cloud's coming at him. Okay, I remember what part you're talking about now.
Yeah, so I saw that, and then I also noticed, like I said earlier, when his face gets all like cubed, and it almost looks like it's like separating. What is that? Like,
I'm not sure.
It looked like almost like he's either being transported, and they're showing you like for the first time in slow mo, like what it looks like when you like go from universe to universe. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
Or I thought maybe that he was in a part where he's like being like pulled into multiple different areas, and he's like fragmenting apart because he's being like just yanked everywhere.
No, dude, it's a Hellraiser crossover, dude. It's a multiverse. Come on, dude. We're getting a Jurassic Park and a Hellraiser multiverse crossover.
Pinhead just shows up.
Explanation.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, the sights I have to show you.
Yep.
The pleasures that we'll have. And they're like, what is with this guy? Why does he have like hooks through his nipples? Jesus.
I just remember being so confused by that guy when I was little. I was like, I don't understand what the fuck this is.
Or the one without getting off track that was weird is the one that had his teeth really up high, and they called it the chatterbox because he would just come in the room and be like, he would just what is that? No, but those are the big things that I saw because there was so much that happened, and obviously you get the evil Doctor Strange, which I'm curious about because it looks like he's in the Timekeeper's office,
Yeah,
like
that looked interesting for sure.
which to me is like when they first in the Loki show, we're in that office. It looks like the exact same office, and I'm wondering if like you have now that it's all split. Now we had the Timekeeper was the original guy, and now we've got an evil Doctor Strange, and he's like things got out of hand. So maybe he's partially to explain why like we're gonna have a bad guy because the way he explained it, it almost seems like he had something to do with it. I don't know if there's anything to that.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I know there was a theory online about Kang being part of the Illuminati, the Kang we met in
Yeah.
Loki.
Yeah.
And he was kind of kicked off, so he went and did his own, like, I'm going to start my own Illuminati, but I'm just going to call it the Timekeepers type deal. Which would be interesting. It would be a nice connection to Loki and the movies and everything, because it seems like WandaVision is going to be connected heavily into this.
Well, yeah, I mean, he got killed, which means that they basically opened up for him to have so many endless versions of himself, which is what he was trying to keep from happening.
Right. So yeah, I don't honestly I don't know. We're gonna have to see what happens with that one. I don't know
cool
what
to get
direction
in.
they can go to. It would be dope
He was-
as fuck.
Yeah, because he was a really interesting character, honestly. Like the way that he acted, how he presented himself, the way he was kind of like, like jokingly evil almost. Like he was like, you could tell he was evil, but he just didn't have like that vibe. I don't know. It was like he did, but he didn't. It was weird. Almost like a psychopath, where a
Yeah.
psychopath just acts like the Joker all the time, but is like a sadistic fuck.
Yeah. And, I mean, Kang's a big time villain in the comics. Like a big time. They fight him multiple times. He's not weak, so like I know he's gonna be the main villain in what is that, Ant-Man in the Quantum Realm or whatever they're calling that movie.
Yeah, the Quantum Realm.
I know he's the main villain in that, but he's too big of a villain for fucking just Ant-Man and the Wasp, you know what I mean? So he's definitely going to be coming back. Could he like be behind all this? I don't know. He could be. Maybe he's purposely doing all this to tease Wanda. I don't know. I think Wanda's like going to be portrayed as the main villain, but then we'll get like a reveal like she was being pulled in this direction on purpose.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of WandaVision when the Scarlet Witch hears her kids, like that kind of sparks something in her.
She's being brainwashed. I do have one question because I never watched it. I didn't see Eternals because I figured it was a waste of time. And you said it was just kind of like, eh.
Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't horrible.
So this may sound stupid, but since I didn't see it, do you think they would be involved in any of this movie?
No.
Just because it's like crazy universe type stuff happening?
No.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to ask so that way I can go back and watch that movie just in case.
No. I mean, I can explain that to you off air.
Yeah, or for the people too. I figured if because I know a lot of people haven't seen Eternals, so I didn't know if that like mattered.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Eternals. Oh, excuse me. Eternals, they're kind of put on the earth to help the earth flourish. They're not really there to interact with anything going on.
Okay.
Like that. Their really main purpose is to help the population grow and continue to gain in technology and knowledge so that they can power up a celestial that's growing inside the Earth's core. And when that thing gets to a certain point, it's going to rip the planet apart and become itself. But obviously in Eternals, that all stops, blah, blah, blah. Spoilers.
Yeah, that's what I said. I didn't know how it ended, so I didn't know if like I knew they stood on the outside, but I didn't know if now they got brought into the fray.
Which is the biggest thing, I guess. If you guys never watched Eternals, you probably don't understand even more so the whole Thanos was right thing. In Hawkeye, you know how you would see like there was like a mug that said Thanos was right when he's peeing in the bathroom. That's written there, Thanos was right, and you kind of get that feeling from what is that, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Where you see that other side of people who didn't get blipped and moved into these mansions and stuff, got kicked right back out of the houses and everything when people blipped back. So they kind of do that, but in Eternals, there's a post-credit scene, spoilers again, where you find out that Thanos is an Eternal himself. So maybe his whole thing of wanting to get rid of half the population on planets is to stop the Celestials from growing. Because
I guess
if you eliminate half the population, there's not enough power and energy to fuel it. So it's going to take even longer.
So in a way, he'd really be like acting in the better interest of humans as opposed to what they thought short term.
At least in the betterment of that planet. Yeah.
It's interesting because I mean, when you always think about like his theory of what he was trying to get at, I mean, his thought process wasn't wrong. It was just the way you look at what needs to be done was always like, I mean, that's kind of much.
Yeah.
But it made sense.
It's dude, that's what always makes the best villains is when you can understand their thought process, but you just know that it's just a little too far. That's what makes the Joker probably one of the greatest villains of all time. Like,
and
you understand every thought process.
Because there was memes out there like that I've seen recently where it was like when you're watching a movie and the villain's giving his evil speech and monologue and you start thinking like, is that wrong? Like,
yeah. So, excuse me. There's some other great stuff in Eternals at the end, but like the Black.
Yeah, we'll let the people
get
watch
introduced.
it.
This is Black Knight.
This is an Eternals video.
I know. I was asked about it. Sorry.
Well, they saved the Earth, so we are eternally grateful.
Exactly.
We are eternally grateful.
There is one thing I want to bring up, and I thought this would be a main villain of WandaVision. If you remember, Adam, when we were doing the WandaVision videos.
Yeah.
I kept bringing up Nightmare as a possible villain.
You did. Yeah, I remember that.
And I keep thinking about Nightmare because they keep, like, the trailer starts off with, I keep having these dreams, and that's what Nightmare does, man. He just puts these dreams and these images in your head and stuff, and he's just a fucking evil motherfucker.
They also had, it looked like Wanda was having a nightmare at one point. She had, like, her arm out, she had, like, blood on her face, and she was just, like, frozen, almost like she's having, like, a nightmare. It looked like that type of scene.
That could be too. That last scene, I think you're talking about the last scene, where she has the blood running down her face, and like they zoom into her eye, and you can see like the two. It looks like the two holding cells, but you can't really tell if it's like Strange and American Chavez in them, because at one point you do see American Chavez in the one holding cell in the one scene. I honestly think, dude, that it's her fucking kids, and she sees them in the holding cell, and she's about to fucking lose her shit. Like,
oh, that would be nuts.
It'd be epic, dude. I think that's like one of the final scenes of the movie, and she's just about to lose her shit. But it could be that it is a nightmare where she sees herself finding them, and then like she goes to get them, but then the dream ends. Like, and that could be what fuels her. Like, I gotta go find these people, my kids, not these people.
Can you imagine her having a Super Saiyan moment like that? Just all of a sudden, just snapping.
Dude, she already did, dude. In WandaVision.
I know, but I'm talking
Scarlet Witch.
I know, but that
Super Saiyan 2.
Yeah, Super Saiyan 2. This is to go even further beyond. Okay.
But your outfit, her Scarlet Witch outfit, is a little different. Now that you say that,
we're gonna have to get 3 movies of her yelling, powering up.
So I was just sitting here thinking, I'm like, is another 3 movies before we find out what happens?
Hold on one second.
Episode.
A lot of dialogue, a lot of power.
Next episode of Multiverse of Madness. And then you get Doctor Strange just flying on the Nimbus, just coming in like, no, don't do it.
She's talking to Professor X. She's like, can a professor experience fear? Oh, that's
impossible. He's just a magician.
Beautiful. So all in all, this was a great trailer with a lot of shit.
Yeah, to the point where I watched it the first time and Cody's like, "Are you done? Okay, watch it again."
Yeah.
Immediately.
There's a lot, man. And there's a lot in the poster too. Like we talked about earlier, there's people who think they see Deadpool in the shards of glass. That would be fucking epic, by the way. It'd be epic.
That'd be sweet.
My God, he just comes in eating a burrito.
Well, I was talking to Mason, and he was like, it'd be a great way to introduce him. He's like, I just don't know how they would do it. And I was like, it'd be great. It'd be perfect if it's literally like the same type of mannerisms from the Deadpool we know. Only this Deadpool is in a universe where he's a goody two shoe and he doesn't swear and he's like, oh my gosh, like he's like the just complete opposite.
Oh, yeah.
It would be so funny and so perfect. I think it'd be great.
Be hilarious.
Because obviously Disney said they're gonna make his movie rated R.
Yeah.
I don't think Multiverse of Madness is gonna be that. Which, by the way, this movie does look like a little bit of a horror movie too.
It looks dark.
Yeah.
That's why when you said Nightmare, I'm like, I can see it because this movie looks like it's gonna be dark.
Yeah.
Like really twisted.
But I would love a Deadpool cameo. Nothing would beat that for me. I'm ready for it.
Think about it. What better way to have a character that breaks the fourth wall than in a movie that deals with the total madness of multiverse and chaos? I mean, it's like, at what
that'd
point?
Be great.
Dude,
you're set up for like gold dialogue there, like at any point, like
especially with all those characters at his fingertips that he can vibe off of. It's just perfect.
I saw something where somebody had a picture of Deadpool and then had a picture of Professor X, and it was like, finally we got another X-Men, like, because he says that in all those movies, like, it's almost like we could only afford 2 X-Men. Like, it'd be great if they brought that joke into this one. Like,
it's funny, every time I come here it's just you guys in this big house. I don't understand. Wasn't it in the second one when they were actually in that room when he passed by and they're all like, oh shit, and they're like slowly closing
the door closes. It'd be great if they had something like that, or if an American Chavez and Doctor Strange are going through like portals and stuff, and you see like the dinosaur portal, the cartoon portal, and then you go through and Deadpool's like sitting on the bridge right there and he goes, what the shit, and like right before he says shit, we cut back to them going through universes. It would just have to be so subtle, but it'd be great, kind of like No Way Home when they did Daredevil. Very small scene, but it was great.
Quick and easy.
It was great.
Yep. Quick and easy.
So yeah, that's probably the biggest cameo I'm hoping for.
Which, by the way, now that you said Daredevil, that meme I sent you guys about Daredevil and Wanda, and it was like she can't handle herself without Vision, but he can.
Yeah.
I was like, that's ingenious. Like, that is so good.
Deadpool is probably my biggest like hope. That's the biggest thing I could hope for, is that Deadpool is in this movie in some way, shape, or form. What, in terms of cameos, people you want to see in this movie, who's the one person that would just like blow your mind?
Venom.
Oh, that'd be fucking sweet.
Venom.
Even if it's like you said, like a glimpse, Venom.
God
all
damn,
day.
that's I was gonna steal Cody's and just tag along with Deadpool because that'd be fucking great. But I like Venom too. I want both of them. I'll take them both.
And
I'm surprised neither one of you are going Wolverine, dude. Hugh Jackman, bro.
Trust me.
I was kind of, honestly, because we were talking X-Men and stuff. Like, I was kind of thinking, he's just gonna be in there. But
yeah,
I guess, yeah. I mean, it's tough to pick now because now I'm just expanding the pool. And if the longer this conversation goes on, I guarantee there's going to be at least 20 more
Michael
characters.
Chiklis, dude.
Like, yeah, dude. All of them. Give me all of them, dude.
Jessica Alba.
I actually, you know what I want? I want Human Torch, Captain America crossover. Chris Evans playing both characters the whole time of the movie. That's what I want. Captain Torch. That's what I want.
Torch.
I have a better one than Venom. Green Lantern, hands down. I want him. I want Ryan Reynolds.
You want a fucking DC character in the Marvel universe, dude.
But it would be like Deadpool, like dressed as like the Green Lantern when they go through the universe. Like, he'd be in a green suit and he'd be sitting there fiddling like with the thing. Like,
now we're fucking stretching a little bit.
Hey, it's a multiverse of madness, man. All right, nothing makes sense.
Yeah.
No, but honestly, I mean, Wolverine, would be cool, but I think Venom would be a bigger deal to me because it would be interesting to see his character. And considering the reason I say that is because we've already got a little bit of a tease of him hopping universes. So it's like, it's already there. Are they going to just go for it again? Instead of just leaving the little bit of symbiote that we had behind.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's what I think.
Be interesting.
Because it's kind of been teased already. So I'm like, they're obviously thinking about it because they already thought about bringing him into the movie fully for Spider-Man. So were they waiting and decided to do it for this movie instead, and just leave a post-credit scene to tease that?
Be pretty sweet. Definitely pretty sweet.
That's what I'm thinking. And it would make a lot of people happy. It'd make me happy just to see him come out and like that tongue just going everywhere, and they're like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah, that would honestly surprise the hell out of me.
And then he just comes out like, "Do you have chocolate?"
Chocolate.
Does anyone know where I can find Mrs. Chen?
Yeah, that would surprise the hell out of me. I don't think that's gonna happen, but that's what cameos are all about.
It's true. And like Nick said, Wolverine, I just kind of assume. So if it happens, I'll be happy. But it's like I wasn't like totally. Oh my god, I would have had no idea.
Better fucking happen.
Or fucking kill myself.
Jesus.
I'm just thinking of that ISIS Toyota.
Oh shit. All right. Well,
yeah, that's all I got.
That's all you got. That's all I got. That's all you got, Nick.
Oh yeah. I've been done like 20 minutes ago, dude.
I know. I figured.
He said,
"Oh yeah,
I'm out. I hit my 20-minute quota." All right. Well, if you made it this long into the video, Adam, what do you got to say to the people?
If you made it this long to the video, thank you very much. And if you haven't made it, it's
great time to freeze. So fuck you if you haven't made it this far in the video. Like and subscribe, and we will see you on the next video. Peace.